Here is a case of large stone volume RIRS. Normally it is controversial because prone or supine PCNL is good. One stone is 2.1 by 1.2 centimeter, another one is 3.9 by 3.7 mm, another one is 2.8 by 2.5 centimeters. Sometimes it looks like staghorn volume even though they are separate. Creatinine is 2.5, the right kidney is pyelonephritic and stented. Patient does not have fever at the time of taking meaty kidney, and stones are dispersed here and there. Honestly speaking, this RGP at the end we have done, then we can realize the value of the RIRS in this case. This is a fourth Saturday live workshop at Preeti Hospital when we have done. Around 20 urologists were sharing that we will see once. We have kept a large access sheath for the drainage, and we have used disposable scopes so that it may get damaged during the surgery, and we have used thulium fiber laser. The moment we have gone, it is like this. All the flakes are there, and we observed for 2-3 minutes all the flakes this is not actually the infected pyonephrotic kidney because it is well drained. Within 1 minute entire thing cleared. But even then we are highly cautious while doing the surgery regarding the outflow. When the outflow is good, laser settings are kept at 10 and 1. This is a standard setting we use. The stone burnt like anything. Then we got positive. We thought initially if it is not accessible and we cannot see the stone properly, we will do PCNL. That way supine PCNL is useful. In 10 minutes of time, 2 centimeter stone in the upper calyx is over. Exactly in 10 minutes. With initially powder, then fragmentation, then popcorn. And very fine powder it could do because of the thulium fiber laser, 60 watts. Now we have come to the inferior calyx, large stone is there. We were worried that it is not seen in enteroto, but as the time goes on, lowermost part of the stone could easily be seen. Then we thought we can finish it. It is little time taking here because it was slightly harder stone and bigger stone. We can see in the RGP slowly the stones have disappeared, and it took 20 minutes of time on the C-arm to completely disappear. After that we have done wash, we have done suction, we have removed all the flakes, mug, so that we don't want to leave any infectious material inside. And this is a stone which was going to the side. Everything was accessible luckily. So these stones have disappeared here, and we continuously fired so that it becomes powder, and we washed at the end. See, we are doing suction here. We are doing suction. All this mug has sucked out through the flexible scope. It looks big. This field of view is very big in endovasive disposable scope. As a matter of fact, any disposable scope field of view is very big. So if you keep on sucking, all the this thing will come out. See, these small flakes are there, they can come out, and we will plan a relook. So at the end, when we have injected the RGP like this, we realized that it is a complex system. This is a post-op day 1. Patient is very comfortable. Patient is male patient who is sitting, and immediate post-op he is able to take food, and he doesn't have any pain. He still, the Foley's catheter is there, so he is discharged on post-op day 2. So ultimately, sometimes when access sheath is big, when water outflow is very good, when high watt laser is present, when the stone is very easily accessible, if you are willing to do powder and make a relook, RIRS can be an option, especially if the patient is on antiplatelets or solitary kidney or relatively better functioning kidney. In those cases, RIRS is feasible. Thank you.